So the time is upon us once again. Christmas is here. At least that's what the radio and other general media would have you believe. Go on, sunshine, you've got plenty of space to move over. Oop. Every other advert on the radio now is just Christmas this, Christmas that, la-di-da. Soon we're going to get the bloody songs coming along as well. And what amazes me year after year is there's so many people out there, a lot of people out there, who don't seem to realise that Christmas is like the primary gifting period, and what that means is it's a time where a lot of companies depend on a huge revenue, which means they're going to pull out all the stops. They're going to become more aggressive with their advertising, they're going to become more aggressive with their business practices, anything that they can do to push out the boat to get more customers in the door or just to get more traffic on their websites. And what I like is, personally, I don't buy people gifts unless it's something I know which they'll like. I'll find it randomly and I'll be like, oh, okay, there we go. And you might get recommended things through Google and all that sort of stuff, because you know Google pretty much tracks where you go and what websites you go onto. And there's even talk that Google on your phone listens to what you do and what you talk about. For instance, when I wanted to buy a laptop, I mentioned the word laptop several times. Suddenly I got recommendations for a certain PC building website. That's a bit intriguing, isn't it? I do apologise, we'll go somewhere in a minute and this will be a bit more entertaining. So as I said, basically what we find is a lot more companies are going to become increasingly more aggressive with how they advertise stuff for you. And it's amazing how harsh and how sadistic they can get about this. Now, I'm not going to say it's for every company out there, but you can walk down your local high street if you've still got stores in your high street, because you know, the last few years have been dire. But you can walk down your local high street and like all the stores will have advertisements and la-di-da-di-da and all their special offers and so on and so forth. And you know, you might be able to follow the prices of something which you want. I don't know, let's take an easel for example, for painting and the lark. You might see it advertised one day as £35 for a half decent one. Great, fine, fantastic. Black Friday will come along, it'll still be £35, maybe £37. You'll be wondering, hang on a minute, might even go down in price. You don't know. The thing is, anything's open for interpretation, and for interpretation companies, la-di-da, they want your money. Of course they want your money. That's what business is. Maximum profit, minimal effort. That's business in a nutshell, unfortunately. Oh man, screw this. I'll pick a different way home. So yeah, if there's any advice I can give to you, it's be strong over these next few months, because if you're like me, the idea of Christmas is just exactly what I've been saying. It's just people want to get money out of you, and quite frankly I find the entire idea quite disgusting, but that's just me. Depends on your outlook on life and all that sort of stuff. You know, buy something for your loved ones, family, all that sort of stuff, and I'm just thinking, why should I? I don't mean that in a sort of Scroogey sort of, you know, screw yourself kind of idea. It just means I don't follow the trend of, hey, let's go out, buy loads of gifts for people which probably will just like not get used or something like that. To be honest, like, I'm at that age now where someone can give me a pair of socks and I'll be like, yes, socks, brilliant, I love them, and I'll use them. But you get me something like or I don't know, like a wind-up train set, and I'll be like, what am I supposed to do with this? Just off the top of my head, that one. I do like trains though, I love trains. So yeah, and you might find some decent deals over the winter for motorcycles as well. For example, Jelly Bean here, when I got her nearly 2 years ago at the recording of this video, she came with the lovely Arrow exhaust. That, and all my days, yeah, easy, thank you. what a lovely sound it is. I love the sound of this exhaust. So for me, I got a decent deal, I reckon, because this exhaust is apparently worth like £500, £600, £700, and it came with the bike for free. So yes, I'm gonna buy that. I'm gonna get myself an early Christmas present, a gift to myself, because I'm quite selfish like that sometimes. But I always say to family and friends, don't buy me anything, because quite frankly, if I want something, I'll go out and buy it myself. If you want to, give me some money. Maybe I'll get you something later on, I don't know, throughout the year. Maybe I'll surprise you. I like surprising people. As long as it's a nice surprise, that is, of course. We like nice surprises. But yeah, it's just how the world works, unfortunately, these days. And I always take a good example out of the book of video games. Nowadays you're expected to pay £50-60 for a bloody game, and they'll say, oh hey, yeah, you got the game, but you could have more if you give us an extra £40, or we could speed this up for you if you give us like £5. Maybe you want to gain some levels, maybe you want your character to be more powerful, we can help you do that. And I'm like, you can help me do that, that's cute, alright, let's put this into context, shall we? You can help me make my character stronger when you yourselves, the developers and the publishers, have made this game harder for me to play. You have, thank you, you have made this game harder, you have stretched it out, you are the ones which have moved the goalposts, and now you expect me to pay more to stop me from playing this game from longer. That is savage, that is ridiculous, that is by no means acceptable. And I find the same way with like just how things are in general these days. I don't believe in buying a motorcycle just to replace half the parts with off brands and all that sort of stuff, because I want the I want the motorcycle to speak for itself. You know, when I rode that Ducati Diavolo, I don't think I would get anything else on that, maybe aside from a new set of pipes, because at least I can make the bike sound nice to the sound which I want, rather than having to pay extra money for this and that. You want the bike to look better, oh hey, here's, do this. You want more attention, give these people some money. And I know it's not the same thing, because you're not strictly giving the makers of the bike more money, although in some cases you do. It's more of just like off-brand parts, second-hand market, all that kind of stuff. It's very it's a very ridiculous world out there. So wait for it. Always fun, always fun. So yeah, if there's any advice I can give you guys, some of the best deals for motorcycles can be found during the winter, during the off season, let's say. But also at the same time, if you are looking at something, if you are looking at a motorcycle, a part, a set of pipes, just anything in general, if you've got your eye on it, make sure you double check the price of it every week, every other week or something, and see how that gets affected during something like Black Friday or Christmas, or even like the January sales. I know the longer you wait, the more chance there is of the price increasing or dropping, but I just find it interesting that there are fluctuations in what something's worth depending on who's selling it. So grab yourself a good bargain if you feel daring. Otherwise, if you do pull the trigger too soon or too late, you might find yourself paying extra for something which was or is to be on sale. So anyway, I shall leave the video there. Have yourselves a lovely, lovely weekend and all that. We shall have fun. We shall enjoy ourselves as we do, as usual. Thank you for watching the video. I don't say that enough, but I do mean it. And until next time, really. Ta for now. It's starting to bloody rain.